Hey y'all, this is Lydia. We're doing another Mayan Cross reading. This one is for today, September 11th. And the consciousness for today is the blue monkey or the blue spectral monkey, dealing with surrender, dealing with letting go, and breaking down resistance forms so that we can get back to our authentic selves. And in particular, the blue monkey deals with play. It deals with the ease and simplicity and the spontaneous sort of natural ability to manifest the life we want through play, through curiosity, through not trying to be so goal-oriented and being more trusting in the process that we are always guided. So we're going to start out with the center, ourself, our conscious self, who we are becoming today, and sort of our goal story for today. Then we're going to move into the subconscious self, then the guide for the day, then we're going to go into the challenge, and then the complement. So today we are the judge, the one who decides. And the judge is two-sided. It is, on one end, being able to discern and being able to see balance and harmony. It's a very Libra energy within ourselves and actually planting those seeds into the collective field. But at the same time, when the judge is out of balance, it can be very key, tending towards separation, tending toward divisiveness and judgment and being judgmental of others and ourselves. And subconsciously, what's going on is the unseen. So there are energies happening in our subconscious realms that we are not necessarily consciously aware of, but the guides are close. They have been very close lately. The energies we've been going through, even astrologically, have felt very much of a pulling inward in order for a sort of defragging to happen, to open us up into a more efficient and a more authentic way of living. And I'm getting with this subconscious energy is the unseen, dealing with guidance, dealing with whispers, dealing with perhaps our shadow self trying to guide us along and playing a part in getting us to the light. I think we tend to think of the shadow as separate from the light, but the shadow and the light are together. If you see the yin and yang symbol, it's the shadow, the black part, the light, the white part, and then there's a dot of the shadow within the light and a dot of the light within the dark. They're interconnected. And so the energy today is definitely one of the shadow and our judgments, actually putting awareness onto that so that we can see where we're judging, see where we're blocking. There's a hand up here blocking, saying no, stop. And perhaps that is not serving us. Perhaps we're meant to be more playful and open like the blue monkey and be curious and in our wonder and not so judgmental, not so trying to control, not so much trying to force things into balance, but being playful and spontaneous as a tool to bring us into balance. And our subconscious self is, and our guardians and our guides are working with us on a deep underlying level, even our shadow self, to get us to confront that, to move so that we can move forward. And the guide for today is the hunter. And the hunter is, again, we have this energy, this single point focused energy of being pulled somewhere and being guided somewhere and sort of charging through. But we aren't charging through if we're blocking, again, with this hand with the judge. And the other hand here is actually open and ready to receive. So perhaps we are being called to really honor what our consciousness is focusing us toward. And perhaps for some of us that's a shadow aspect, perhaps it's a challenge or a darkness that's being brought to our attention, and allowing that to actually guide us to freedom, guide us to results, guide us to into a new reality and a new way of being. So the challenge for today is the maiden, getting into trouble and perhaps getting lost in energies that don't serve us, and allowing situations that feed our imbalances to attract us and to get us away from this focus that we are being offered today with the hunter. And let's pull the complement. Let's just see what's helping us out. Venom, self-realization through suffering. This is a shadow card. So there is this sense with the challenge being perhaps getting lost in the darkness instead of seeing where the darkness is guiding us. Because the Maiden too does have magic and wonder in it, but as a shadow card, as a challenge card, she can get lost and she can sort of get drawn towards situations and experiences that really aren't serving her. But the venom being the complement is we're being guided and our focus is being brought onto what in our shadow realm is coming forward in order to transmute and integrate into our wholeness so that we can move forward into a new reality. And perhaps we're going through a hard time and we're viewing that as perhaps something bad, but we're being called, especially with the judge here, to be mindful of our discernment, mindful of what we are putting our focus on, and mindful of how we're perceiving what our focus is being put on, rather. And again, with the guide, choose to face whatever's coming up head on, being that precise sort of, focused hunter who knows what he's going for and knows what he's aiming to kill and knows what the purpose is for that kill. The hunter hunts for meat, let's say. It's not for sport, it's for a really specific purpose. And our focus and what's being brought to our attention today is for a really specific focus. So we're being asked not to get lost in the darkness, but rather to be very intentional about how we view the darkness and how we move through the darkness, because the venom is also the antidote, and what's being brought forward is ultimately guiding us to a deeper integration of who we are and bringing us more fully into wholeness, so that we can be that playful monkey, so that we can be in our ease and simplicity and spontaneity and openness, and to really trust that we're being guided and that whatever is presenting in our lives is ultimately for our expansion, and that all is well. So I'm sending love and wishing you well. Bye.